what I wanted to be understood is like to the youth, we love and we need y'all.
What's up, fam? Thank you for tuning back into the Warrior Metaphysics channel. And if this is your first time tuning in, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. For this particular video, I wanted to share some knowledge from wise black men who share some knowledge that I wish I could tell my younger self. I really resonate with these messages. And if you're feeling it, and if you stick around through the end of this video, I think some of these will resonate with you too, if not all of them. Because I didn't put them in any particular order. As I was going through these, I was like, dang, man, these messages can help a lot of people. So if you tapped in and you're really ready to listen to this, I kept it short and sweet. Short might be relative, but I kept it short and sweet because I really hope you'll stick around, especially if you're a young man and you value the opinions of your elders. I'm certain that some of these messages, if not all of them, will resonate with you on some level. I'm not going to hold you any longer. Let's get into
it. Something that I wish I could tell my younger self is you are enough. And not enough in the sense that you're enough for the scenario, more so that you have everything that you need to go where you're trying to go. I don't care what the circumstances around you may have positioned you to believe, but the reality is you are abundant, you are intelligent, you are kind, you are beautiful, you are abundant. And because I know those things, I want to tell you to keep being righteous, to keep going above and beyond, to keep serving other people, to be a vessel, right? Because you understand that it was others that filled you up, and now it's your turn to return that favor. So, young James, young King, keep moving, keep pushing, keep grinding, because you'll get where you're trying to go.
Young King, keep moving, keep pushing, keep grinding, because if you're focused, you will get where you're trying to go.
Public service announcement. I just wanted to give a little bit of advice to the young brothers who are graduating high school and college and just stepping out into the world, because nobody ever told me this, and I think you should know. So we're going to get right on into it. The first thing I'm going to tell y'all is hustle hard now, okay? While you're in your 20s and your early 30s into your late 30s, that is when you set your foundation. That is when you get your skill set. That's when you grind, do double jobs, etc. Because we are given the idea that the 20s is supposed to be fun. Oh, Cancun, go to the club. No. A lot of us waste a lot of time bullshitting around in our 20s, and then we got to play catch up in our 30s and 40s. So first piece of advice, hustle hard in your 20s while you have that energy. Second piece of advice I'm going to give y'all, protect your penis. I tell you this all the time, man. When you get a woman pregnant, you have no control after that. And the woman has all the power. So I would tell you to be very careful who you lay with. You can tell from the outset, and you can pick up on signs that a person may not be to your benefit long term. And once the woman has your child, she can use the child to get finances out of you. She can use it to manipulate you, to keep the child away from you, to dog your name. And it's just all around headache, hell, heartache, and you don't need that. All right? Number 3, what I would tell you is value and always remember to use your time wisely, especially when it comes to picking your mate, because that's going to dictate the majority of your happiness or your hell, okay? You got a woman that can either build you up into something that you've never been before, or she can bring you down to your lowest common denominator and have you savagely out here stressed out, okay? Last thing I'll tell y'all, brothers, is remember that your value is in your production. Chris Rock said it a long time ago, man. Women, children, and dogs are the only ones that are going to be loved unconditionally. A man is loved based on what he can provide and produce. So stay on your grind. That's just the way of the world, brothers. The only kind of women on earth, in my opinion, that are going to love you unconditionally is your mama and maybe your daughters. Outside of that, you can't expect a woman who's going to ride with you no matter what. You being lazy, you being unproductive, you not being on your purpose. All right? So we'll run back real quick just so you understand. Number one, grind hard while you in your 20s and 30s to set a foundation. Number two, protect your penis. All right? Don't get these women pregnant. They'll have you in court driving you crazy. Number three, your value is greatly connected to your production. Okay? And number four, I'm going to tell y'all, choose wisely the mate that you pick. Because a woman can bring you up or she can totally bring you down and destroy you. Listen up, brothers, and take focus.
Man, I got to stop it there and say, this brother right here dropped some serious nuggets. He dropped some serious wisdom. When he said grind now while you're young, look, you're young. Right now, you feel like you got all the energy in the world. You might even feel like you're invincible. But let me tell you, years, time on this planet, life events, shit that happens that you don't expect, it takes its toll on you. It will wear you down. The younger you are, the more energy you have. Use that energy to your advantage. But you can only use the energy to your advantage if you have clarity, if you have focus, if you tapped into your mind and what you want to do, be, and to have. Protect your penis. I don't even have to emphasize that. I don't even have to tell you what that means. You know what that means because guess what? It's your choice whether you want to share your seed with the woman to produce some offspring. It is your choice. Look, it goes beyond how fine a sister is, how bad she is, whether she's a dime or not. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time for you, so you want to get this in. Look, the implications of saying F it and just diving in is far greater than you can imagine right now. I know what it feels like to think from down there instead of up here. I didn't choose these messages for nothing. And when he said a man is valued about what he can produce, I see what he's saying. But I would like to offer this. Have you ever heard the saying, a man is only as good as his word? I'll say it again. A man is only as good as his word. That means that what you say you're going to do, what you say you will do, when you make a promise to another person, no matter who it is, you made that promise because you knew that you would do everything you needed to do to honor that word, to deliver on that promise. Because at the end of the day, that's the shit that people will remember when they think about you. That's the stuff that people would think about. Let's say you promised somebody something and then you didn't deliver on it. You fall on hard times and you go to that person because it just so happens that this is the person I need to really help me out of this situation right now. But back in 2013, I didn't do this, or last week I didn't do that when I told him I would. They're going to remember that. When you slight people, it sticks with them. When you're dishonest with people, it sticks with them. They don't forget that. They might not say nothing. They might not even treat you differently. But they know that if the tables ever turn, they're going to pay it back. Be good on your word. Don't say stuff. Don't promise things unless you really know that you can deliver on that promise. And guess what? I know sometimes we feel like, well, if I say no, they're going to dislike me anyway, or they gonna stop fooling with me anyway. Okay, guess what? If you give your word to somebody and they can't fool with you because you're being honest, you can't do whatever they need you to do. They're not for you anyway. If they are asking something of you beyond what you can give, they're not for you, because people who truly know you, they know your capabilities. And the people who are really asking you from a genuine place, they're asking you because they honestly feel that you can give it, or they're hoping you can. But either way, it's up to you to know yourself enough to know, hey, I can deliver on this promise. Hey, I can't help you out in this way. I can't do what you're asking me to do, but I can do this. Are you willing to accept that? And if they're not, you got to keep it moving. But at the end of the day, you'll find that most people appreciate you being honest. They're like, if I can't do this, but I can do this. And if a person is genuine, they'll say, okay, I understand you can't do this. I really wish you could, but even if you can help me with this, that what you told me you can do, I'll appreciate it. And the last point I'm going to make about this is when he said a woman can wreck your life, take you to court, you got to pay child support. That's real. Because a lot of men walk away from the responsibility, or they try to, of raising a child. But that woman has to deal with that child day in, day out. They have to provide for it 24/7. Diapers, food, hospitals if they're sick, clothes, care, because she has to go out and work and provide for that child. She got to pay the babysitter to take care of that child. It's not fair to leave women in these positions. That's another reason why you need to guard your penis. If you care enough about a woman, even if you don't care enough about yourself, if you care enough about another person, why would you put her in this situation? She was nice enough to open up her legs to you. Yeah, y'all might have been caught in the heat of the moment. But what kind of man does that make you? You took advantage of a woman because she was in the heat of the moment and you wanted to get your rocks off? Knowing that if you implant your seed inside of her, she's got to deal with that. Why would you put your seed out there like you're so valuable? Do you know how many men want to plant their seed into a woman who will help carry out their name, who want to continue their energy throughout the generations? Protect your penis. Protect your penis. Distribute your penis out of the best frame of mind that you can have. That's going to save you money. That's going to save you time. And that's going to save you a lot of mental distress. I'm sorry that I stopped this message for so long. But as a man who grew up without a father, and I've had many opportunities to do the same thing my father did, and I'm so glad I didn't fall down that path of knocking up a woman who I knew I didn't want to be with. I knew I didn't want to deal with. I'm so grateful that I made a different choice. So if this is you right now, and I'm not saying this message applies to everybody, but I know it applies to some of you who are watching right now. Think ahead. Stop thinking about tonight. Stop thinking about this weekend. Stop thinking about this year. Think about the rest of your life. and make choices that you will look back in and you will look back on in 10, 20, 30 years. And you'll be proud of yourself that you did. And you can share that knowledge with somebody else who's coming up because you learned a lesson. I'm sorry for this long pause, but hey, I had to get into it. Let's go.
They went to school with my son at J.A. Fair. They played baseball together. I guess he'd been out of school about 3 years. And he came through the store one day, him and a couple more kids. Pants were sagging. Hadn't been kept. And I asked him, I said, well, what are you doing with your life? He said, well, can't find no job. I ain't doing anything. I said, well, did you ever think about going into the military? And when I said that, there's a few people in here, man, don't you go in the military and get killed. I said, let me tell you something, man. I said, more people got killed in Chicago last year than all the military put together. So you're safer in the military than you are in Chicago. And we talked for a minute, and I told him, I said, a young black man in America, chances are you're going to do 4 years somewhere, either college, the military, or the penitentiary. I said, now you've already ruled out college, so you're down to 2 choices now, the military or the penitentiary. Man, he looked at me like he thought I was crazy and walked out. I guess it's about 3 or 4 years after that, he came in the store. He had on an Army uniform, and I talked to this kid for 3 minutes before it dawned on me who he was. He told me then, he said, Mr. Mike, he said, the advice you gave me was the best advice anybody ever gave me in my life. And that's what made me feel good. That really made me feel good. To know that he went and did something positive.
This is probably the most important thing I will ever tell you in your life. I don't care if you need to move back home with your parents. Work on your body, eat clean food, and invest. Invest as much money as you can every month, but stop caring about the clothes you wear. You do not get judged on what type of man you are by what you wear or how much money you can throw up in the air.
Man, you only got one life to live.
Gotta stop it again, man. I cannot stress the importance of investing while you're young. And the wonderful thing is, like it's 2025 now. A lot of the investment opportunities now, they were not even available 10, 15, let alone 20 years ago. There are many apps that you can easily invest in. You can quickly set up a auto debit in your account that you invest in a certain number of stocks, a certain amount into stocks every week, every 2 weeks, however you want to do it. You don't have to pay brokerage fees. Like, investing is so much easier that you don't have to go through what people used to go through 15 to 20 years ago in order to put just a little bit aside from every paycheck to invest. I'm in my 40s. And if these opportunities would have been available to me 20 years ago, I would be financially free by now. So no matter how much money you're making, even if you want to put 20, 50, 100, whatever into an investment account that can grow over time, the younger you are, the better it is for you. And with these companies, you can't rely on 401k alone. I encourage you to do your research. Hey, you're on YouTube right now. There is a lot of valuable YouTube content that can show you how to invest, that can at least give you ideas. Start the process so you can think and do your research and be willing to do your research and find out what's best for you right now. Do that, I'm telling you. As you always hear, time is the one asset that we cannot get back. The younger you are, the more timely this message is for you. Do that research now. Hey, even if you don't want to do research, if there's a company that you love, if there's a company that you've heard about that you hear is doing well, start researching that. Make it a point to put some money into that buying those stocks, a certain number of those stocks, every time you get paid, whether it's 1, 2, 10, 20, or 100. Just think about doing it. It won't hurt you in the long run. Let's go.
And the average man will not live to his full expectation or his potential because he trying to live for his wife. He trying to live, man, fuck that. And you don't get to enjoy life and you fuck around and die at 52. Nah, I ain't living my life for nobody but me. And I hope everybody else is living their life for them. Once your kids get grown, you raise them, you feed them, fuck you living your life for somebody.
What advice would you give your younger self before entering the workforce?
Don't steal that copy paper, because they be watching.
Wait as long as you can to go into the workplace.
Okay.
That's what I would tell my younger
Really?
self. To the workplace, yes. Entrepreneurship, get started as soon as you can.
Yeah, I can say that. No, real stuff. Don't get caught in a position or a job that you don't like. Yeah. Like, there's a million other opportunities out there. If something isn't working for you or serving you in that moment, you can leave. It's okay to leave. Yeah, do what you love and love what you do.
What advice would you give your younger self before entering the workforce?
Take a shot on yourself.
Okay.
Just, put yourself out there and see what you like, see what you don't like. And really just, try to be the best version of yourself.
You're doing great.
What advice would you give your younger self before entering the workforce?
Oh, I would say to stand up for yourself.
Okay.
It is not a bad thing to tell your boss no. You're allowed to have boundaries, and they are not your parents. So you are allowed to speak to them in a way to defend yourself. Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give your younger self before entering the workforce?
You don't have to code switch necessarily. It's good to represent yourself well and be professional, but that doesn't always mean code switching.
Yeah, I would say, like, pace yourself. You know what I mean? Like, sort of along the lines of the code switching, like, don't send yourself too far trying to show up thinking that you have to, like, work harder or anything like that. Like, pace yourself, Because
do you really want to pretend to be somebody you're not every day?
No.
No,
because then you're going to have to pull up.
Do you want to continue pretending to be someone that you're not every day? Think about that.
Foundation, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be an actor, study, get the foundation of acting. If you want to be a bricklayer, study, get the foundation of the bricklaying. So the first thing is just get the foundation of what it is that you want to do. I think a lot of the times today people say, oh yeah, I want to do that. Oh, that looks fun. Oh, let me try it. Oh, I can act. Oh, I can make it to the NBA. Oh, I can be in the Olympics. They just hop in without a foundation. I say get a foundation. Be respectful to everyone. I've seen it so many times in my industry. Me personally, someone who's a PA, I treat them the same as I treat someone who's the head of the studio. Hey, thank you, good to see you, all of that. That's just my nature, but you never know where someone's going to be. The person that you disrespect today could be someone trying to get a job from tomorrow. So treat everyone with respect. That would be number 2. Number 3 is honesty. Now, I'm not going to say I'm George Washington. I've never told a lie, but I think for the most part in my life, I'm a very, very honest person. People trust my honesty and they trust me when I say something. From, I think when I first started as an actor and building relationships, building personal relationships, building business relationships, honesty is an important, very important part of that.
Now let's cut it.
Hey, shout out to Morris Chestnut for that one. And hey, you want to see more nuggets from Morris Chestnut? Just hit him up on TikTok. Morris Chestnut. Let's go.
Bullshit. I don't have too many regrets in my life, but one of the biggest regrets that I have, I don't want you guys to make. If you between the ages of 18 and 21, and you just graduating out of high school, you considering going to college, you may not go to college, whatever it may be. If you going straight into the workforce, fuck them bullshit jobs. McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, all that other shit. Take all of your time and your energy into getting you a high income skill, whether it be on the internet, whether it be on the internet as an entrepreneur, whether it be in the real world of the workforce and blue collar as a CDL, a truck driver, a mechanic, an electrician, or something of that nature.
Get you something straight out of high school to where you can go out into the work world and you can start making $20, $25, $30 an hour, whatever it may be. Learn you an online skill to where you can charge $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, or get you a percentage off of revenue or whatever it may be. Learn you a high income skill so you can get all the fucking money you can. Because all them other jobs is bullshit and it's gonna keep you in the same cycle to where you really can't live your life the way that you want to. Because between those ages, everybody ain't gonna agree, but you need to be trying to get your own spot. You need to be trying to get your own crib. Because I know for a fact, you ain't trying to in your mama house. I know for a fact you ain't trying to in the backseat forever. So fellas, if I can do anything differently, I would have avoided the bullshit jobs where I was working for $10.50 an hour, and then $14 an hour, and then $15 an hour, and I think the most paying job I ever had was maybe $19 an hour. I would have avoided all that bullshit if I would have straight out of high school locked in on getting me a high income skill so I can run my goddamn money up and start living life the way that I wanted to. So fellas, if you my young bulls between the age of 18 and 21, fuck them other jobs. Go get you a high income skill so you can live the life that you want to live.
So you say you want to love.
Man, I cannot stress that enough. Develop a high income skill that will set you up for the rest of your life. Shout out to The Ultimate Gentleman for that one. Check him out on TikTok, The Ultimate Gentleman. Those were some sincere nuggets of wisdom. Like, put your time and effort into something that's going to pay you well, that's going to allow you to put money aside the way you need to, so that when you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s, you have enough assets to invest in something, to buy an asset, because assets are the things that brings money to us. I'm going to leave it there because I can spend a whole separate YouTube channel talking about the value of assets and what they can do for your life. But just take that away. Develop a high income skill that you can use that will give you the leverage to decide how you want to use it to design the rest of your life. Let's keep going.
Yourself. You said that you want to go on the journey of self-love because you are tired of not loving yourself. Let me warn you, this is not an easy path to walk. Loving yourself means disconnecting yourself from situations, circumstances, friendships, family members, whatever it is that doesn't serve you. Loving yourself literally means that you must be willing to make the hard choice to protect the boundary and to protect yourself. That's not easy. When you love yourself, you're not developing a cockiness that you could do whatever and you just don't have no feelings. So I hope you're not thinking that, because you're going to feel every single inch of loving yourself. It's not always peaches and cream. Sometimes it's tears and thunderstorms. But you have to be willing to go through those tears and thunderstorms to protect you.
Here's a few things I wish I knew in my 20s now that I'm in my 30s. Value relationships over hustle. Networking and building genuine connections can get you so much farther than hustle. Invest in yourself early. Personal development, therapy, and self-care are essential for long-term success and mental health. Learn to say no. Not every relationship or opportunity is worth your time. Protect your energy at all costs and focus on what truly matters. Focus on yourself before you start dating. Because if you can't love yourself, you cannot love another person. Marriage is amazing when you marry the right person. Don't let social media fool you. This is where it's at. Be intentional with your time. Time is your most valuable asset, so spend it wisely. Whether if it's on your business, family, or self-reflection, prioritize it at all costs. Your circle could either make or break you. Be intentional with the crowd you keep. Just because you knew them 10 plus years doesn't mean they're good for you. You can meet somebody in a week and be just as close and probably have a better relationship. Learn emotional intelligence. Being able to read situations, manage emotions, and navigating relationships effectively is a game changer in every part of life. Fail fast and fail forward. Don't fear failure. Embrace it as a stepping stone and learning lesson to future successes. Celebrate the small wins. Don't wait for the big milestones to start celebrating. Recognize the small ones to keep yourself motivated to keep going. Your past doesn't define you. Continue to redefine yourself over and over. Myself at 20 would not recognize me today. You to redefine yourself till you feel as comfortable with who you are and how it aligns to who you want to be in the future. Financial literacy is power. Learn about credit, savings, investing early on. If you can automate your savings and your investing, I don't care if it's $10 or $5, and into a separate account, you're going to win. Be skill set driven, not career driven. Focus on your skill set, not your career. If you focus on your skill, you can become a subject matter expert. If you focus on your career, you'll just have a job. If you focus on your skill set, you'll be able to monetize your skill outside of your 9 to 5. If you focus on your career, if you get laid off, you're just gonna have to look for another job. Date as much as you possibly can. Don't let social media fool you. Dating, it should be a point of reference to let you understand the things you like versus you dislike. Use your exes as examples of things that you don't want to deal with in the future. Date intentionally so you can finally figure out what it is that you want for your future. Travel and see the world as much as you can. Start young, get a passport, go solo traveling, fall in love with the world, not your city. Read as many books. Understand that you are only going through something that somebody else has met. Everything that you're going through has been done before or has been seen before. Find a book, read it, and you'll be able to overcome the obstacle that you're currently going through. Whether it's relationship, friendship, or career. Somebody has been through it before. Find a book. Google it. You can get through it. This too shall pass.
Like he said, there's nothing new. He didn't say this, but there's nothing new under the sun. Essentially, he said this. So shout out to Mr. Regis. That's Mr. Regis on Instagram for that nugget. Go check out his channel. And like I always say, if any of these messages resonated with you, I encourage you to go and check out those creators on TikTok. I wanted to keep this one pretty short, simple, and sweet, just to give you a taste of some of the nuggets, some of the wisdom that black men drop on this planet. Look, as black men, no matter how many people want to argue against this or not, we go through the most. We go through a lot on this planet just to have an equal footing in the world. Just to have an equal footing in our living experience. So that's why I chose these nuggets. And I'm saying that to say that some of these messages resonated with me so powerfully that I'm creating a whole playlist for just wise words from black men in different subject areas. So if you feel like you can benefit from that, if you feel like some of these messages that you already heard today resonates with you, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so that you will know when those videos drop, because several more videos along these veins, although touching a different subject, will be dropping here soon. And I want you to be able to get those messages when they come out. I do my best to choose messages that I feel like will resonate with the most people. Even if some of them don't help me, I feel like they'll help other people, because I know that everyone doesn't live the same experience that I do. And I know that, hey, this message is powerful. There's a lot that I need to learn about it, but I'm sure that this can help somebody else. So if you want to sign up for that, it won't take anything away from you to subscribe to the channel. It helps me, and I'm doing my best to ensure that it helps you too. So subscribe to the Warrior Metaphysic. And on that note, I think I've pretty much said everything I need to say for this video. Like I said, tune in to those creators if you want to subscribe to the channel, and check out the video that I'm recommending for you based on where you are. The next one might be of help to you as well. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you did decide to subscribe, thank you for subscribing to the channel. We are in this journey together, because just as you're learning and growing, I'm learning and growing too. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.